When you're standing on an Olympic podium, it's not just you alone. There are so many people that surround you, your support groups.
You stand up there at the top at the Olympic Games and you're by yourself, but what people don't see is really the group and the community that is behind your individual performance. You need to have that mental skills training, you need to have that strength training, you need to have the technique and biomechanics work. All these different small aspects are incredibly important to get to the top.
Having those services available here in Red Deer, especially for young athletes, means that they can pursue their dreams without having to move to a different centre or their families having to make that choice. It will help those athletes be on par with athletes who come from a bigger centre, who do have access to those right off the bat.
How does paying attention to only the people beside you and blocking everybody else actually relate to your sport?
Most of your energy, so it's really, really important that you guys eat carbs all day.
Sponsors are worried about visibility and exposure, they're worried about image compatibility, they're thinking about community involvement, and they're thinking about your personal availability and can you give that.
The model for the ASDC is really the Canadian Sport Institute out of Calgary. Our ASDC program is exactly designed after that program.
They don't have to go to Calgary and Edmonton to train. They can train right here in central Alberta and get development through the many programs we have right here in Red Deer and in this area.
I was 14 and I had to change high schools and I had to go away to the ski hills and make education happen from distance learning, and that's not easy when you're 14. And
being able to stay with your peers and with your family and what's familiar to you is really important. And at the same time, being able to marry that with what you need to have athletic excellence and achievement.
The Athlete Enhancement Program is basically a subscription program. Athletes would apply to our office and then we'd provide them with strength and conditioning, various seminars on mental skills, nutrition, biomechanics.
The stuff they've offered and the help they've given, I would have never imagined and I never would have been able to afford.
I honestly can't afford to pay for all the gym requirements, all the mental skills that they've given me.
Okay, so you want to think about these four elements. You want to think about...
Our fees are low. We want to encourage people to join our program. We don't want it to be restrictive based on people's ability to pay. Perhaps a local hockey team wanted to hear something about nutrition or mental skills. We can arrange service providers to come in and give them those sessions.
This stuff that really, as an athlete, you don't think about until someone says, well, how do you prepare? How do you make sure you're ready for this?
Just the fitness awareness and then setting them up in a fitness program and the mental preparation. Natural talent will take you so far and then there's that next level.
To see the difference in my game last year just from the strength training I got in the gym and the mental skills I got to practice before the game has really improved my game.
It's really great to be in a program like ASDC and to find people that are kind of like me and that do prefer the training to the parties and that are really dedicated to following a dream.
You know, it's pretty intense, it's foundational, and you can readily see the change in the kids. It has a ripple effect on their classmates, their schoolmates, members of their team, within their sport and without.
I actually remember really appreciating all the stuff we learned from the sports psychology seminars. I used it constantly in my training. And that's something I learned at ASDC and something I applied a lot. And ultimately, the kind of thing that did help me get on the national team.
Whatever your program is, whether you're a group of 50, group of 100, group of 10, we can provide a service for you.
We book 3 or 4 sessions a year, everything from injury prevention to journaling, just all the mental preparation that goes into high-level athletics. They've helped with on-ice testing, giving us benchmarks at the beginning, and the middle, and the end of the season.
I don't know that my son's team or my daughter's team would have done as well as they would have without that resource.
I want to be the best U21 player in Canada. ASDC really made me sit down and map out what it was going to take in the end to do that. I believe it made me the player I am, along with the person and the student. And
It's incredibly beneficial, and it doesn't matter whether you're an athlete and you're going to get to the Olympics. He's translated it into a whole host of different aspects of his life.
You know, you learn about discipline, you learn about taking care of your body, you learn about focus and goal setting and all these sorts of things that, you know, transcend just sport.
It really affected me. It helped my career as an athlete, and I know that it's going to ultimately affect my career, you know, wherever it goes.
Organization, setting goals, sticking to a plan, everything that an employer is going to be, you know, it's highly regarded.
Sort of opens up the door for a lot of different opportunities in life.
Whether you become a teacher later in life or a team leader in your workplace, you're going to use those things.
The Alberta Sport Development Centre provides emerging athletes and coaches with all of the skills that they need to get to that next level.
If you're serious about going further in your sport, it would be very beneficial to get involved.
It will only make you better and more focused when it comes to those top-end competitions.
You know, you need nutrition, and you need strength trainers, and you need mental trainers, and you need technical coaches, and if that can all happen in this community, then we're taking one step closer to creating some pretty impressive athletes.
If you have a child who you believe has some potential or interest in being competitive in their sport or sports, then I would say you should check out the ASDC. It allows them, the athletes, to take more responsibility for their own growth and development and success.